good morning, gamers. What is going on? It is Monday, June 10th. This is the 27th episode of Ready Up, and we are speedrunning every week this week through this week in the Web3 gaming. My goodness, Peyton, the coffee needs to kick in. I am your host, Icy Gaming, of course, running duo Kaleva, hey, thank you for that. I needed that. Wake up, everybody. It is Monday. We're going to kick this thing off. Peyton Kaleva, marketing lead for Shrapnel, K9 of the K9s. That is Wolves Dow, the best alpha pack in Web3 gaming, representing Hawaii this morning. Peyton, how are you?
Dude, I'm so good, man. It's always good to have you, man. I was just thinking this morning how thankful I am of you, man. Just like going through the show, and Icy like preps so much the day before and everything like that. And I honestly am just so thankful for you, man. It's been a great weekend. My parents are finally out of town. Not say finally, I love them. But it was just like a lot of like driving to like my brothers and like all that stuff. So it was just like it's a lot of family stuff in the last like 2 weeks or so. So I'm glad to be back.
Absolutely, man. It's tough, man. We were talking about it last night a little bit too, like, you know, trying to lock in after getting back from consensus. There's always things to do, kind of wrapping up. But it is an exciting time in Web3 gaming. Oh my goodness. So many things happened this past week, man. We're going to talk about Threadguy interviewing Iggy Azalea, becoming the Joe Rogan of crypto. My goodness, that boy is killing. Roaring Kitty went live on YouTube for the first time in over 3 years, and GME immediately dumped like 40% after. Like, man, rough. I think he's still up though, like mega on his position. I think he got in at like $21, and I don't know. Last time I checked, it was like 28.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's fine.
Yeah, you know who else is fine? Sandbox apparently being valued at $1 billion after raising $20 million.
I have things to say about that topic.
I can't wait. Peyton, McDonald's is launching a Metaverse game. They've got their game. They launched their Grimace NFTs last year, and now they've got a game that you can play in like one of their apps. I think it's like the McDonald's Singapore. We'll talk about that. We got a bunch of tokens launching. BloodLoop, I think, is live now. We were just talking about it. Ember is launching this week. Pirate, I think Yolo Games, maybe some other tokens as well. We got so many game updates that we're going to be getting into, including reacting to the Illuvium trailer, which you have not seen yet.
I haven't. Icy said like, "Hey, this is like one of the best trailers," and I was like, "Okay, I won't watch it, and then I'll save it and I'll rate it with my hard criticism that I usually do."
I've got I have a high rating for it, man. I'm really excited. We're going to cover all of it. We see the chat going wild. Appreciate y'all. AE, Adrian in the building. K as always. Jaxie, Biz, Vader Research. We got tweets. We
got Vader in here, man.
We got tweets and analysis from Veda that we always look into. Matt DeFi's, I appreciate you pulling up. Much love, everybody in the YouTube comments. On Twitter.
First one here, I think he was like 15 minutes prior to the show, came in and said GM. Appreciate you.
It's really cool, guys. We can definitely see like the chat popping up as like Peyton and I are getting ready for the show. Shout out to Lauverse in the chat, guys. We're gonna cover all of this, but if you are watching on Twitter, please go ahead and retweet this the show. Or if you're on YouTube, hit us with the like button. It really helps us get the show out there. We're gonna give away some IMX tokens to some people that do that because we appreciate y'all. But man, Peyton, like, how we doing, man? The markets are kind of stagnant. Some tokens are a little down.
I love this chop, dude. I honestly am so happy with it. Like, I just like want to accumulate in this phase, and like I just want to be able to like make money just doing content, doing my job, and like start like dollar cost averaging in this time. I think a lot of people are fluctuating and kind of like just like, oh, are we at the bull? Where are we? And like I love that place. I honestly love that place. Like even like Prime, we're gonna look at it in terms of charts.
Yeah,
it like went down to like $12. So I'm just like really excited about that. And I think there's not much support at $12 too. So it could go down to 8. And I'm just like, ooh, let's do it, baby. Let's do it. Come on. Come to
We are here, baby. Ready up. It does feel like we are loaded in the spring. Like it feels like the calm before the mania, or a little bit of the fear, which to me, I'm excited about as well. It feels like there's some good opportunities out there. Let's talk about a little bit of the mania, Peyton. Starting with Roaring Kitty. Roaring Kitty had his first live stream.
Yep.
how do you feel about that? Like
Underperformed.
40%,
Yeah.
crazy. Really seemed. I caught a little bit of it. First of all, kudos to him, man. The way that he entered the stream was absolutely hilarious. He's like, got the hospital buzzer beeping, like beep beep, like he's like in a sling, he's got bandages on him, like he's like, you know, in a coma, dying or something like that, and he like GME like brings him back to life, which was just pure entertainment and comedy. But then he didn't have much to say, man. He didn't have much to say. He didn't really address like having a massive position, didn't address like how he's been doing over the past 3 years or like what he's been doing. He kind of just came on and was like, yeah, you know, I had 2 theses for GameStop. One of them pretty much played out, that being the short squeeze. And then the other thesis is that Ryan Cohen, I think, was like just going to transform the company, and it was going to do really well. And that was like basically all that he said. He's like, I believe in Ryan Cohen. And yeah. And then everyone's like, okay, there's nothing new here. There's nothing interesting. So sell.
There was nothing that like really I kind of got people excited.
Yeah.
GME is like pretty much the crypto like of the stock market in terms of a lot of stuff, in terms of narrative driven, everything like that. So it was a little disheartening, but like I completely agree with you. The first part was very entertaining. I can't fault him for that. That was awesome.
Yeah. We always talk about you know, Web3 founders need to play the Web3 game. Roaring Kitty, play the Web3 game a little bit. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe we won't see a crazy GME run up. Maybe we're not going to run that back turbo.
Which we kind of already did. Like, I think him running it back is like crazy. It's honestly, yeah.
Very true. Very true. I also wanted to point out, shout out to Luca Nets. Yesterday posting let me share it right there. Here we go. Episode 2 of Building in Public. An 11-minute kind of like behind the scenes vlog, YouTube kind of like building a business video here. It was really cool. Really cool to see them posting that. I feel like we've talked about this before, kind of how FaZe Banks and Threadguy were doing the probably nothing serious, making very palatable content around crypto and like the lifestyle and kind of what we're doing here, that could, you know, catch spark and bring people in on YouTube, make it really interesting. So and just as like a fan of Luca Nets and Pudgy, it was awesome to see a little bit of behind the scenes of how they're building and what their day-to-day looks like.
Honestly, I just like really love like this aspect of NFT and DJing culture. And I think with crypto, there's a lot of young founders coming to this market and kind of wanting to like pitch tents up. Like you see Paz and the way that he kind of communicates is very different from like a traditional founder, right? Luca is like, hey, like this is important. This is part of like a pillar of like marketing, is to show how things are doing. And so I'm very excited to just see like how the NFTs and like tokens and some of the young CEOs come in and like just kind of show what the future of like keeping people updated and all that stuff and like all the touch points. So shout out to Luca, obviously being a leader in a lot of spaces. And so, yeah, every single time I see something out of Pudgy's, I'm like, should I have changed my ranking like a few months ago? But no, I stand by it. I'm too proud to say otherwise.
Yeah. Definitely check that vlog out, guys, if you haven't. It's a really good one. But with that said, we got to thank our sponsors that make Ready Up possible, starting with Immutable. I saw this tweet from Robbie. 32 new games joined Immutable in May alone. We are seeing product improvements for ZK EVM. They've got central exchange deposits implemented, passport upgrades, 1 million signups on Passport from 4 games and gems since last month. They're cooking, guys. They're cooking. I've been using it more and more. So really shout out to them and thank you for being a sponsor. Let me claim my gems real quick. I've been doing a bad job, Peyton, of like claiming my daily gems.
Dude, I'm worse than you. You know, I have a total of like 6 gems. I am honestly the worst. I am literally the worst.
Yeah, I'm trying to like claim my 3 gems here. Actually, I wanted to do, guys, anyone who has been claiming gems, post a screenshot underneath the show on Twitter, tag me or tag Peyton or tag me, and I'm gonna give 2 winners 10 IMX as well.
Oh shoot. Okay, wait, let me do that real quick for you.
Yeah, exactly. We also got to thank OpenSea over here, our preferred marketplace for Ready Up. Peyton, we were just talking about it, man. I sold my Incarna. Ugh.
Oh, shoot.
Can I say that?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
And guys, when I sell NFTs, I use OpenSea. Really, it's just like out of habit. But it's the only marketplace that I know and love. So yeah, sold my Incarna.
He sold it, y'all.
Shout out to OpenSea. Love you guys.
Dude, I would say like my pet hooligan, honestly. We'll talk about markets here soon. Sorry. I don't want I'm over here looking at OpenSea. Every single time I like go through a thing, we were looking at charts before this in terms of NFTs, but you gotta shout out our boy Corey though.
Ooh,
Corey, man.
Dude, they are cooking, man. We gave away 4 raffle tickets, or 4 winners. I think, yeah, raffle tickets. Each one came with 5 chances to win. They're doing their raffle mint on Magic Eden right now. You can buy one for, I think it's like about $42. Yeah, 0.35 Sol. That's live for another day or so. And you have a chance to win a Genesis Queen egg, a Genesis Queen bee. 919 Genesis eggs are guaranteed to be in the raffle. They're doing a bunch of cool things, man. Shout out to Corey. Actually, I also want to give away, I'm going to buy 2 more raffle tickets today. And I want to give them away to someone in the chat. So keep the comments coming, guys.
There's a lot of comments. We got Rich. I know is Kermio, but I know it's Rich. And then also Jaxie coming back. I miss Jaxie, man. Jaxie was always somebody in chat. Chat warrior, baby.
Much love to Jaxie, brother. Yeah, so I'm gonna give away 2 more raffles to this as well. They also had their Genesis mint, and we minted one. It was a little bit on the pricier side. I think it was like $500, but I'm just such a believer in Corey and Honeyland, so I was like honored to be able to mint that and share that.
Yeah, Lau bought my Genesis egg this weekend too. Let's go, baby!
You love it. And last but not least, man, new one to the scene, Carv. Shout out to Carv, building the largest modular data layer for gaming and AI. They've got their node sale ongoing right now. Total sales have surpassed $30 million. Absolutely insane. But you can still get into that, man. Let me share right here on the verifier.carv.io. They are currently in tier 8 of the node sale for 0.33 ETH. So not the cheapest thing that you could buy out here, but they do have up to 100% buyback guarantee, which I really like. If you're not happy with how things are going, you can basically return it and get paid out. I think the 100% is in their Carv token.
Yeah, 100% for their Carv token, and I think it's like 85% for people that want an ETH refund.
Yeah, so really great opportunity. Like, I love that we're entering into the stage of crypto where you can buy something and then not be happy with it and return it. Like, there are definitely some NFTs that I would like to return for the purchase price.
You know, we did do that. Honeyland. I remember doing that, and it was like revolutionary when it comes to the aspect of the Genesis eggs and everything like that. It was really cool. You saying that reminded me of it.
Yeah. So also Carv's questing platform is fantastic. We've been using it on some gamified quests, and I'm actually going to try and set up a Ready Up quest for us next week.
Can't wait.
With that said, Peyton, let's get into some of the markets here. What is going on? Bitcoin is basically flat on the week, 69,000. Nice. 485. I'm sure there's like some 69,420
is what we need.
Screenshots out there. Ethereum also kind of flat, 3,600. I mean, guess down 3% on the week, but like that feels flat, right?
Yeah.
Solana down 3%. Let's see, XRP down 4%, 49 cents. Dogecoin down 10%. Man, I think Doge is going to get dethroned this cycle, man. There are some other meme coins coming for its neck.
Yeah, I think like Pepe was a bear launch, and so I think a lot of people like I hear is like kind of like the Pepe like mainstream is kind of the main one, but there's a lot of other ones that are coming up. Very low market caps.
We got Avalanche coming in at $32, down about 9% on Avalanche. Man, everything's like kind of down. I don't like it. It doesn't feel good.
I love the chop. That's what I opened up with.
I guess that is true. Brett, the meme coin on base is up 64% on the 7-day at 17 cents. So yeah, there you go. A lot of things cooking on base, man.
Yeah, what do you guys think, chat? What meme tokens you guys looking at, man?
Yeah, what are you guys looking at? Show us some tokens
right now. Yeah, I'm a buyer.
Let us know. The fear and greed index, once I get rid of this ad here, 72, basically status quo, homeostasis, where we've been for quite a while. We're just kind of hovering in that mid green area. Like I said, it feels like an accumulation zone. I also did see a tweet though the other day that's like, I think Kamikaze ETH or one of these macro traders that I follow was saying this feels like the dump right before, like, I think May 2021 or something like that. Like,
yeah,
I feel like we could see a pullback, but I just like my feeling, because I was predicting that for a while, and I just feel like the longer that we go, the less and less likely that's likely to happen. It just feels like maybe we're not going to, it's going to be boring times for maybe a month or two, and then as we head into the fall and everything, it's just going to go crazy.
Yeah, I would concur. I think the longer that we are here in this consolidation phase, the better it is and stronger it is to be able to go higher. I'm happy. I'm very happy.
Yeah, man. Again, I think that there's a lot of opportunities. I'm starting to look at the market and like see where I want to allocate to, because I was sidelined. I think like a lot of people, I was sidelined for the majority of this run. Of course, I had some good plays here and there. But yeah, this pullback or this chop or this boringness definitely has me eyeing a few plays. So if I make anything, I'll let you guys know. Anything significant.
I realize the loss if you don't sell it. So exactly. Love an adventure.
Yeah, that's how I've felt for like 2 years.
And then Jack's saying I got smashed by meme coins. Jack, I'm right there with you, and Crimson saying, so excited about it, man. But like in terms of what we have for gaming tokens, what are we looking at, man?
Immutable down 10%, hovering right around the $2 mark. Oh, down 10% on the 30-day. I've added this to my chart. I don't know if you look at the 30-day.
I did not.
Awesome. I think there's a 30-day and 60-day that I started adding.
Very cool. That's awesome. Oh yeah, you can customize it. Very cool.
Yeah.
And then you can also add FTV and market cap. I didn't know that. That's very cool.
Yeah. No, dude. CoinGecko is improving things. I don't know why they don't allow you to add the 60-day here, but I added the 60-day on like another watch list that I've got.
Very cool.
But I mean, a lot of red. I see a sea of red just wherever I look. Gala down 20% on the week. That's understandable. Ronin down 8% on the week. $2.93. The Sandbox, even after that big raise, down 10%. ApeCoin down 13%. Illuvium down 2%. Sitting at $85. Prime down 25% at $11.94. That's interesting with their caching that they just announced, which we're going to talk about.
Well, I think they're caching. I think there was some aspect of it. I know we'll get on it later, but I think there is some aspect of like the amount of time that you'll be able to get prompt. I think it's also there.
I'm not seeing much. Carrot token up 27% on the week. 91 cents, man. This is one of the ones I want to talk about when we get to some of the token launches, because Carrot clearly doing it well. So hey, listen, they want to say buy the blood, right? Buy the fear. You want to buy when things are red, not when they are green. So could be some good opportunities out there. Not financial advice, of course. Peyton, are you seeing anything in the NFT marketplace for the gaming?
For sure. I know that we have in terms of volume change, Moonray, I really like the volume change, because then it shows kind of like the conviction of like maybe one or two people coming into to like kind of like sweep the floor in terms of that aspect of things. Moonray has been picking up a lot of traction. I know you've been doing on your Thursday game nights, and a lot of people are just enjoying it. I've played it, a lot of fun. Rainy, there is like a huge specific one, but there's only 5 sales there. And then also today the game having 16 sales with a 1 ETH floor price, there's pretty big conviction there in terms of that aspect of things. And obviously Pirate Nation, there is a little bit of wash trading in my opinion from OpenSea, but at the same time a really good healthy amount of trading volume that's happening from Pirate Nation, which makes sense because their Pirate is coming out relatively soon. And then we talked about this pre-show, but Infinigod's having around 16 ETH in volume for a 0.14 ETH collection with 127 sales. That's pretty healthy as well. So really cool opportunity. And I got to shout out the company that I am advising right now, Super Champs HQ, 13 ETH in volume. They just started their play to airdrop campaign for NFT holders. And I don't know if I can say this, but we're reserving around 2% of the token supply for the preseason NFT holders. So it's quite a bit of money.
Guys,
grab for sure.
I love Peyton so much because so many times he's like, I'm not sure if I can say this, and then he says it, and it's so good. Like ready, Peyton, you know, it's hard for him to like hold back the alpha. So
I can't. So don't tell me a good secret. I honestly am terrified, especially with you guys.
Shout out to the chat real quick. Crazy Teddy saying Moonray is a hit. Shout out to Swine and them. Absolutely. Sovereign Jawa saying he's buying some now, but it has been painful. Sovereign Jawa is an alpha follow, guys. If you're not following him, literally he posted something about, you know, some of the trades and stuff he's making. I DM him. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Give me the alpha. Shout out to Jaxie. Moonray has some stuff coming. Crimson, the homie, saying the correction is normal and signs of a healthy market. And Jorge, the gaming strategist, you know, he's bringing the strategy. Coffee and ready up. No better way to start a Monday morning. Much love, Jorge. Great seeing you as always. All right, guys, let's get into these gaming updates. We got a bunch of quick hits to move through. So we're going to kind of move through them fast. We're not going to belabor too long on any one of them. First and foremost, starting with Fableborne hosting their playtest last week. Shout out to them. We love them so much. I love that they shared these stats. So they had number of raids, 15,000 raids, hours played, 734 hours, 500,000 enemies destroyed, 40 million gold and gems collected. Seems like a massive success for their first playtest. I know that they got a lot of good feedback.
There wasn't everybody that could get in, right? So it's a really cool sign of health for the ones that did get in. I got in, I got to play. It was a lot of fun. I enjoy Fableborne and also the rebrand and everything. I love them. Shout out to NFT Calf. I think he released like a really good video on like kind of how to get started and how to play and took you through it. They're cooking, and we're big fans of Fableborne over here. I also want to share Chibi Clash, also sharing stats from their playtest. So 22,000 players, over 66,000 sessions, over 500,000 actions, and a 60% retention. I don't know what that retention like day period is. It day? Is it week? Is it month? But that's absolutely fantastic to see. And they're one of the ones that's launching on base. There's a ton of action happening on base. We met Ted. We love the team over at Chibi Clash, so it's really great to see them rocking. And I just want to say, like, teams, please share more of the stats. We like, this is the data that we need to see. Good, bad, or indifferent. I just like, I'm obsessed with it. Yeah, absolutely. No, I completely concur with you, man. I think seeing the data from people are really awesome. But also something that's come up launching today was BloodLoop, man. So in terms of that stuff, what they got going on, and I'll probably pull up the chart while you are looking for it or talking about it.
Yeah, no, BloodLoop has, you know, shout out to them. They've done a really incredible job, I think, of creating attention and staying in like top of mind, not only with their play tests and working with creators, sponsoring Wolves Den and doing a big game night there. I think there was like an impromptu game night for BloodLoop at Wolves Den, so like they got extra for promo and benefit there. The game, oh my god, it was going crazy. It reminded me of, we were just talking about Wildcard and like the LAN party last week from Consensus. Like that's how BloodLoop felt, like in the house, just going crazy. I'll never forget Jerry Fresco just talking so much trash, jumping out of the chair, pounding his chest. You were going crazy. It was so much fun. They launched their BloodLoop token. I saw some tweets from Apex saying that they're trading at a $5 million market cap with about 7.5% float. And now with the token live, they plan to launch their first play to airdrop campaign in June and then push their Avalanche subnet to mainnet soon. So definitely one to watch. I don't know if I have too many opinions on it. It just dropped, so I haven't been able to do the research, Peyton. But the one thing that I'll say is that recently, I think on Simplified, Knock and Sam and everybody was having a conversation of like, I don't think it's fair, or like, I don't know if we can really judge a token on the first day, the first week, even really the first month of it dropping. I think we really need to start looking at these tokens like, T365. A year later, they need time to cook, especially these lower float ones. We need, some time for, that natural price discovery to come out, some of the unlocks to happen, and really see like how the team performs over a year, 2 years time frame. Because like I think that Knock was talking about, Prime when it launched, although it was a bear market launch, wasn't interesting for the first year.
Right.
And now we look and see how it's doing. I will say the caveat to that is Carrot. My goodness, Carrot. Yeah. And in contrast to a lot of how these tokens are launching with the low float, high FDV,
right?
Carrot launched with, I think, 100% of the supply like out, on day one to the community and everything. They had a Coinbase listing. I think right now, BloodLoop only has like Mexi and Gate and some of the other ones, but no major central exchange listings. So different strategies, and who knows, but time will tell.
Yeah, Carrot, I think, came out with like around 10% of the supply, which is still highly.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Am I wrong on that? My bad.
But they did do like 100% of it to the community. I think that's
okay.
Where
Okay.
a lot of it goes to. And I will say this about BloodLoop is that BloodLoop, I think I'm actually not. I think it's actually a pretty good launch, in my opinion. So I think Apex and a lot of these people, you have to also look at it from the lens of like what they're doing.
Yeah.
I think like people about to start finding out about these rounds weren't free money all along.
Yeah.
Like, what ended up coming is that there is a bunch of like KOLs or influencers that just like aped into everything, right?
Yeah.
That's including
I was one of them.
Right? So, like I didn't participate in BloodLoop, but I really like the team and I really like the game. I think it's a lot of fun. I think Jaxie, and I'll put up his comment up here. This is my kind of thought process behind it. BloodLoop is a hard pass on token, but game looks cool, right? That's kind of like what I did with Nyan as well, and I probably will get bit for that one. But I think like whenever it comes to like the rounds for like BloodLoop or any of these ones, is that a lot of it's like locked up for a while. I think Jesus even saying like, hey, like he locked it up for like a year. So on that aspect of things, it's very different on the way that you're approaching these launches, because like I think a lot of these KOLs, and I'm including them, like they want like the 10% or the 20% TGE to get all their money back, but now they're starting to realize that it's not that way. And I think some of the sentiment around these launches, I don't think will be fair to the team because of that specific deal. It's just unfortunate. But yeah, that's kind of my comment on it. I think they did well, and like I think they're a very scrappy team. I don't think they need much money. Looking at like them and how much they like operated on, I think they're just a really good team, and like you said, I had a lot of fun playing it.
Yeah, I agree with that. And it's such a good point. I think G Crowd in the chat, shout out to you, brother, saying like rounds are not free money, and a good game is very different from a good token investment, and vice versa, right? I agree with that. I think that these token launches are probably not for us. They're not for retail. They're probably not good investments a majority of the time at launch. It's to get the token out there, to start that journey, the work starts at the TGE. And that I think I tweeted it over the weekend or on Friday, like that's the reason why I don't really like all this big hype going into a TGE, because I think it sets the wrong expectation. It makes it seem like, oh, everyone's excited about this. Oh, it's going to cook. And I think it's really easy for the uninformed to mistakenly think that, hey, I should invest in this because everyone's talking about it. Everyone's excited about it. So let me, get exposure. And then, the tokenomics to your point, Peyton, aren't good and people end up getting hurt. I think I'd much rather, in my opinion, would like to see a token kind of launch in stealth and build that utility and value over time. You know, in my opinion, from my perspective, like totally unbiased, this is what I've seen from Shrapnel. Like they barely talked about it when the token launched. It was very under the radar, and they've just been building utility for the past, 6, 7, 8 months. Yes, I'm an ambassador, but like I respect the way that they've gone about it. Now, has it shown in the chart yet? Arguably no. I think people could criticize that, but like, let's see where things are at a year from now.
Yeah. And G Crowd, I know, I don't think he's joking, and he says no joke, people should look at mother token launch. And I think a lot of the meme token launches, right, G Crowd, is the way that they kind of do it. They just give all the supply, they burn the contracts, they do a lot of it. I know they can't do that from the gaming standpoint because there's investors and all that kind of stuff, but the aspect of being able to put out a lot of token and for the community and start at a very low market cap, and then it grow from there. That's like where all of these like meme tokens are. Like the chart is like that, right? In terms of the aspect. But I don't want to go too far into like tokenomics and that education stuff, because this is like for you guys to like ready up over the week, because we have a lot to cover. I think like looking at my tabs, we're only at like a quarter.
Talking about token launches, one to keep an eye on is Pirate Nation. Pirate Nation Foundation is launching Pirate on the 13th. So that one is coming. We'll have to see how that plays out. One interesting note about this one, though, Peyton, is that they are giving 47% to the community. So maybe a more generous token launch.
For sure.
We will have to continue kind of tracking this stuff and seeing how it plays out. Again, none of this is financial advice. We're just covering the hottest news topics of the week. Another token that's launching, and I don't generally like to talk about this too much, but Yolo Games is launching. This is like a very degen gambly kind of game on Blast, but a lot of people are having fun with it, and their token is coming, and we have been doing our best to cover a lot of the Blast ecosystem. I've been having a bunch of fun now that I'm a Pac Moon social validator. So if you're into that ecosystem, keep an eye out for YOLO. The token launches are not stopping there, Peyton. Openloot, the launcher marketplace, most popularly known for Big Time, but they have other games like The Desolation and a few other Boss Fighters, Shatterpoint, World Shard game. So introducing token Openloot. I feel like there's got to be a better ticker than that. That's too many letters, in my opinion.
I think they should just do loot or something.
Yeah. What do you have any opinions on this one?
To be honest, I think it will perform well. And so this is kind of like my like take on it, is that like Big Time has shown that like they're willing to adjust and like do things that are more like crypto focused. So for people that don't know, and this was actually news to me, not just like a few months ago, but they're cosmetics. So they were very adamant about just cosmetics, but then ended up being like, they kind of like twisted it a little bit just to kind of fit like more of the financialized whales and what they wanted, which is like cosmetics lead to dungeons that are earn potential, right? So there's a lot of like things. So Jaxie's have a hot take here, and I mean maybe a hot take, but Openloot is the next gala. I can also hear that. I do think it will perform well, Jaxie, just like gala performs well. But I do think that like, Openloot has that same type of vibe, very kind of close. You don't know everything that goes behind the scenes when it comes to Big Time. And I will say that Openloot probably is going to like recycle a lot of the games, and it won't be like super good games on like launching on Openloot, but they will have a demographic of people that kind of fit in the middle, kind of like these indie people that like need some publishing, and Openloot will probably gather them, and then also have like advising and stuff around it. I think that's where they'll fit, and I think they'll do well. Honestly, I really do.
Good stuff, Peyton. Appreciate you, man. There's something about like the black hat and the black shirt. It's just like, so it's a vibe, man. You're looking good, man. I love the whole new setup. Real quick, I'll just go back to this comment from Biz. 47% release at TGE for Pirate. Actually, no. So I don't want to misquote that. They do have the full kind of tokenomics in that thread. And right here, the 47% that's going to the community, 45% of that will be unlocked at the TGE. And that's going to be 21% of the total supply that's being unlocked at the TGE. But there is no cliff. But it will be locked, I think, over 36 months. So definitely do your due diligence. There's a bunch of shout out to them for posting all of it, and also these graphics are like really nice and easy to read.
Yeah.
But that is that. Let's see. Moving on from Openloot, getting away from some of the token launches, we do have, but sticking with the token meta, the Wayfinder Foundation announced that you can cash your Prime tokens for community engagement and growth. So cash.wayfinder.ai. I think that there's some things here where you can potentially earn their prompt token over time. Peyton, I think you know maybe a little bit more about this. What can you tell me?
Token, and so this was actually like, I don't want to quote on it too much, but from what I hear, it's like 3-year lockup. I'm sorry, y'all, I didn't like do my homework prior to this. I'll make sure that I have come with like good information next time. But I think some of the Prime token like probably plummeting as much as it did is because the prompt token I think is like locked up, or Prime token has to be locked up for like 3 years or something. Again, look into it, do your own due diligence. A lot of you guys are smart in chat, especially like G-Crod, Jaxie, and all the specific people, Sovereign. Like, anyways, I'm speaking to the choir here. So a lot of opportunities to like look into it. I think Prime is at a good spot, as well as like I'm like full sending anything that Koji and the Parallel team is it. Sam has a shout out to Sam in chat. Sam has something coming out here with Koji as an interview. Sunday conversation. So I really love it in terms of the aspects of what they do. So I'm signing up.
Yeah. It's cool to see them launch this, right? It's an interesting kind of framing the caching of your Prime tokens. To me, I have no ties to them, so I think I can say this. To me, this is like their version of staking. I think a lot of projects kind of have to dance around the staking.
Metagames.
Sorry, Peyton, you broke up a little bit there. I didn't get all that. but as someone who's just an outsider, this is like their version of staking, right? Kind of locking up your tokens, taking the supply off of the market, and then engaging for future ecosystem rewards, however that may be interpreted or play out. But cool to see the DeFi kind of crypto Web3 mechanics working their way into gaming. I think that makes a lot of sense, and I'm a fan of it. Also potentially good opportunities. Especially for like Parallel and Prime and like Shrapnel. I think these are ecosystems that personally I want a lot of exposure to. So I'm like, whatever they're doing, like you said, Peyton, I'm like, yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, for sure. And all, like, I think, like I said, caching and enlistment is pretty much, that's
who gave this boy a soundboard? I love it, man. I love it.
Really, baby? Dude, it's freaking sick. I would show it to you guys, but I don't want to mess up my
all right, man. Let's get away from some of the token stuff. Let's talk about some game updates from actual games and gaming things. The first one that I got for you, Wildcard announced a new champion. We got a little bit of a trailer here. They did a whole live fireside chat. You love to see that. I love the way that Wildcard like markets and introduces new aspects of their game, new characters. I've highlighted them before for that. I just think it's such a good, I don't know, gaming way to do it, man. So let's take a look at this new character, Ragna. She's like a fire Iron Man.
Yeah, in the fireside chat, she's like super aggro.
Yeah.
So people that are like more like pressure on early game, on that aspect of things, like reminds me.
Looks like a little Emby.
Yeah.
Looks like a little Mojo.
Cool, dude. Seriously.
So fire. Literally fire. Yeah. Literally. Dude, look at that squad.
Yeah, that squad is like really cool. So really cool. And what's cool about this, y'all, is that like it's kind of hidden on the app. Like, what like this trailer was like kind of in the middle of like an hour specific one. So it was really cool.
Yeah, they do a whole community engagement. I think you were in there.
I was in chat, man. I gotta support my Wildcard fam, man. Especially Ami's right there on stuff. She's like honestly one of the best, like top 5 community managers in the I wouldn't even say a community manager, but she's a community lead, which is like super important.
Next up, Peyton, on the gaming quick hits, we got Shrapnel returning with STX 3.1. The date has been announced way far ahead of time, giving us plenty of time to mark our calendars and not let anybody interrupt us. June 24th through June 28th. I think they're going to be like 24 hours again. I hope. Right. I have to imagine.
It's 24 hours.
Cannot wait. They announced a bunch of missions, I think, maybe underneath or in another post. Yeah. Oh my goodness. STX 3.1. I didn't have a good chance to play STX 3 because I had a wedding last time. But super excited for this one. I've got it marked. I will be in the sacrifice zone.
Let's do it. We got to run that trailer. That song is the best.
Absolutely. Shout out to Benny Blue Eyes. We also got Lizard Labs. They're cooking, guys. This is Ethlizards rebranded as Lizard Labs. They got a free mint coming up. Their launch pad is cooking. Full disclosure, I am going to be taking a ambassadorship with them, but I love Animositas. We love Lems, of course. So we always got to support the Lizard Labs Ethlizards team. And they got a lot coming down the pipeline. Animositas is one of the sharpest minds, in my opinion, in all of Web3 gaming. So whatever he's got going on, I'm like, yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree.
I also wanted to share this, Peyton, a little bit of a blast from the past, but it's good to see them still making noise. The Beacon is announcing their newest play to airdrop and play to whitelist experience starting. I think it's live now, June 10th. Yeah, phase 1 starts.
I gotta get in there.
This game made so much noise last year, and I think like towards the end of 2022. I've played it. Really, really fun. Kind of, roguelite RPG, top-down pixelated kind of game, dungeon crawler-esque. So they're minting in July, their rite of passage. And then holders will be entitled to future token allocation and early access to everything that SkillCap produces in the future, starting with the Beacon. So you can start playing this open chess, earn prestige, climb the ranks, and get exposure to, apparently they're announcing their token allocation there. So really exciting. I'm a big fan of the Beacon. I like the team there. Shout out to Davey. So if you guys are interested in that, give that a look. We also saw Peyton. Do you have anything here before I move on? Sorry.
No, you're good. I just enjoy the Beacon, and I think they don't get enough credit for what they paved. They paved the meta for the plate airdrop. A lot of people don't remember like the eggs and stuff like that were fantastic. And also they got like a huge traction. Just a way to do it too. They're also paved the way in terms of gameplay. So I think they went heads down for a long time. I know that I've been talking to the Beacon team recently, and they've been just heads down. They have a good game, and they're wanting to make this thing beautiful. So I'm excited about it. I'm going to be supporting them. I'll be minting and I'll be playing just to show my support.
Absolutely. We also got Overworld Arena launched. Their like browser-based kind of mini game that you're able to play and farm. They got $100,000 in USDT going towards that in-game prize pool and leaderboard rewards. 1 million MNCT tokens at TGE, exterior points, guaranteed whitelist, all sorts of things going on. I actually played the game, man. I liked it. It was fun. It's basically rock, paper, scissors with like some randomness added in. But I was having a good time, man. I went
real in chat though. Jackson thinks it's terrible, but I actually didn't play it, so I'm gonna reserve comments. So there's ones on both sides.
Listen, I will agree. Listen, is it like an incredible game by any standard? Not really. But what I like about it, Peyton, is that they until they launch like their big overworld, their premier title, these mini games make a ton of sense to me. And I don't know why more games don't do this. Just make a mini game that's browser based, that brings people back and starts to build that retention and give them like these mini experiences. I've talked about this with Yuga Labs, like Dookie Dash. When they first announced it, I was like, oh, that's really smart. They're going to build all these mini games while they build the other side. And then I was really like upset that they didn't continue that. And it's been like years since Dookie Dash. So, that's not the best example, but like it could be an example of how they could do it. I paid for. Wait, didn't you sell? Sorry, it's early. I did end up selling my Incarnate after playing for like a few days. I was like, this is cool, but I also want to take some off the table, and I sold my Incarnate, so I can't really play anymore. To be honest, it is free to play, but like my Incarnate did have some boosted stats there, and it made me feel good about getting into battles. So it is what it is at this point.
Also, NJ's fresh earpods. Yes, NJ, you're the one that told me last week that I look like a poor man when it comes to my headphones. So for you, brother, thank you so much for giving me the recommendation. But yeah, they're fresh and they feel good.
Peyton, we got to add to the soundboard that Michael Jordan bit where it's like, I took that personal.
Yeah, I took that personal. I had no problem with the glove.
So good.
Dude, I love the freaking Last Dance. Anyway, we're going into it. Next one from Immutable. So one of our show sponsors, securing the Mystery Society. Icy, talk to me about it.
Dude, this is a game from Chris Heatherly. Massive gaming veteran, building Mystery Society. I'm a big fan of the game. It's kind of like Among Us, if you will. It's super fun. I've seen so many people play it. They've been building for quite a while. I think Jonah's been working with them, so he's always kind of making noise on it. I think this is a big win for Immutable, man. Like, really been impressed the past 3, 4, 5 months with all of the quality and exciting games that Immutable has been able to land. This is a former Disney and Club Penguin, game developer veteran. So shout out to Immutable, shout out to Mystery Society. They're cooking.
Yeah, I really like the Mystery Society. We need like a very good, I do think that there's like a very big need for kind of like a social deduction game, especially for crypto and like making some like a lot of fun content. We got to run it. We got to figure out how to get in there. We'll talk to Jonah about it. It's like, hey, let's do a fun one with the Ready Up crew. That'll be fun. That'll be really fun.
Yeah, 100%. Jackson, I'm loving all the comments, man. It's good to have you back. I'm gonna give you one of the Honeyland raffle tickets that I gotta go buy. I got one more to give away in the comments, so keep the comments coming, guys. Did we? Oh, I don't think we gave away the retweets yet. So let me go to those and pick some winners here. Maybe Peyton, you can pull up the next piece of news.
For sure.
And I do that.
Like escape room stuff. King Snooch, it's not so much that. It's kind of like Among Us, but has like a little bit more dynamic of it and just like NFT oriented. So just a really cool like type of aspect. Is it like defensible in terms of like the moat? Maybe not, but at the same time, you get kind of that social going, and especially with some of those KOLs, which I think Jonah will secure. You start getting a pretty good flywheel. The next topic, which was very surprising to me, I see this is somebody that always surprises me, is Matrix Official. I was the one that said, there's no way these people are selling out. Yeah, that just like shot up right in my face. And it just sold. This Web3 gun skin just sold for $100,000. That is absolutely nuts in terms of that. And I think you also had a article too of Jake Lucky, not Jake Lucky article, but Jake Lucky posted of like the 1 million gun skin that is from Counter-Strike, which is just absolutely crazy, right? And you see this, and I think Counter-Strike is kind of like the golden example, what we always like to do, which is very hard to accomplish, to be honest. Like, there's only one Counter-Strike in a sea of first-person shooters, and then Valorant too, right? But shout out to Matrix. Obviously, they have a very big group of people that believe in them and are willing to pay $100,000.
I mean, I can see this gun skin being like super rare and desirable. It does look beautiful. It does make me wonder, like, who bought this, right? Is it just like a whale who's like a huge fan of the game? Is there some funny business kind of going on? I have no clue. Like you said, Matrix Fire has been one to impress and do really well. Either way, it's a huge win for them, and I think the space. These things like make headlines, create noise and create excitement. I think we're going to see a lot of this, man. I look forward to one day some shrapnel skin selling for a ton. Hopefully it's one of one of the ones, that I can sell.
Yeah, for sure.
Although I don't know if I could ever sell my Bitcoin.
I know.
Pistol skin.
It's really difficult. I'm just like laughing right now, and maybe other people are laughing in chat. Like, I've never actually saw like the Matrix Fire specific gameplay. But this is very similar to Counter-Strike's most famous map. It's hilarious. They just like rip off everything.
I mean, it sounds like Web3 to me, man. Not
That's what I'm talking
surprising.
about. Freaking reskin it, puts a gotcha mechanics on it, dude. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. But it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
And they got 100,000 in terms of that volume. So
Yeah.
congratulations to them.
Yeah, before we move on to the next story, I did want to give Adventure K97 10 IMX for the retweet on the show, but also dropping some really great comments a little bit earlier. And I'm also going to go to Biz for the retweet and the great comments. So 10 IMX going to both of you guys. Appreciate you so much. I'll have to check the comments for any gems that were maybe posted. But yeah, moving on, Peyton, let's talk about this one, man. The Sandbox raising $20 million. At a $1 billion valuation. Interesting. Oh man, very interesting. So this article from Decrypt saying they're the latest crypto unicorn. Shout out to crypto unicorns, following a $20 million raise led by parent Animoca Brands alongside Kingsway Capital. Yeah, I don't know what to think about this, man. I mean, $20 million for Sandbox doesn't
Stop
feel
giving these people money is what
like a lot.
Stop giving these people money. Like literally, they have enough. There's so many other good projects out there that deserve this type of money that are on the up and coming. But because like Sandbox has like a lot of like venture capital and connections and like a lot of like name brands, like it's just an easy specific case. I just like to be at a $1 billion valuation, like 20 million, like that's not their first raise. Like Sandbox has given like, let me try to find it. I'll try to find it. But like on the aspect of like Sandbox too, like the game within itself, like just doesn't work. Like we've seen not a lot of people building on their lands that have happened because of the fact that it is limited in supply. And this is where limited supply actually works against you for the fact that there are people just land squatting and actually like Minecraft and some of these crafting like Roblox, it's a blank canvas. You can never compete with a person that has unlimited creativity. And so like on the aspect of things, I'm not like a big fan of Sandbox. I used to be. I'm not even going to say that. I'm not going to lie. I used to be a big fan of Sandbox and then like learned and kind of just got studied up on like a lot of the issues that came from Web 2 and land development. Even Second Life, right? In terms of that aspect of things, there's just a lot of things that we need to learn from on Web3 perspective. Don't make the same mistakes. And I feel like they are, and we're giving them a crap ton of money, and I'm not happy about it.
It's I couldn't agree more with that, P. And I think that's looking at the comments in the chat, the general consensus. I think everyone agrees. I will say, to take a contrarian point of view, like the Sandbox is one of the most known projects in the space. And I don't think them performing poorly like looks good for the space. So I almost feel like they have to kind of keep up appearances at this point. And like that's how I feel like this funding was like. It's like, all right, guys, like here's some money to like keep doing stuff and keep up appearances and try and make it. Maybe the metaverse narrative will come back, or maybe you'll figure it out, and we're gonna try and support you until you get there. Because like if the Sandbox dies or like really kind of just falls out of favor, I don't know what that kind of looks like for a lot of the people who only know Sandbox or only know this kind of play. Like do you have any thoughts on that?
I'm looking at this is what my thoughts are. You gave them 117 million, they should freaking have something, right? Like stop giving them money. Like 20 million, like 20 million can fund like 5 legitimate game studios like that have high quality that can build for the next like 2 or 3 years, right? Like and like we've also seen that money actually do something in a lot of ways, right? We have like Wildcard, we have Parallel, we have all these specific ones that are actually building products that are like about to ship, and it took them a few years and it took them money to be able to build it. And so stop giving Sandbox, and they already have like a product, so just ship it. And like they don't want to, for the fact that because it's like crappy, and like they need to like keep up a lot of like aspect of UGC whenever there's no need for UGC in that element. Not that there's no need for UGC, it's just people don't want to build on it because there's no upside for them to build on it. Right? So I'm just not a fan of it. Like great, they got money, but they already have enough. Stop giving it to them.
I can't argue with that, man. I can't argue with that. Well said, Peyton. Yeah, kind of agree. It'll be interesting to see how the sandbox kind of plays out over this next cycle.
I do agree with you though, in terms of like you want them to do well because there is a health and they kind of help increase the ceiling of like what amount of liquidity can go into, but
that money, a lot of that money could go to a lot of great builders who would do a lot more with it.
That's exactly what Matt says. Give it to a ready up DAO.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the next story here. Actually, before we do that, I did want to just shout out to Uli AULI for posting 4 gems in the comments. I'm going to give you 10 IMX. You've been GMing nonstop in the chat here. appreciate you. And I also wanted to give it to Bamboscud with 136 gems. My goodness, my guy. Crushing the I think you're claiming 20. No, yeah, you're only claiming 3 gems. So congrats, man. Putting in the work. But this next story, Peyton, we got Hamster Kombat, this Telegram game allegedly hitting 100 million players. We're going to talk about that.
Your YouTube channel's popping up too, though. I see.
Yeah, we can cover that as well if you want. Gearing up for their token. So this is another Telegram game. We saw Notcoin kind of go crazy over here. We've been seeing Eliza from the 4-4 kind of covering a lot of the ton ecosystem. I think there's a game Catizen that they're farming. I looked into Catizen, not my game whatsoever. I don't think Hamster Kombat is it either. Allegedly 100 million players, but we did see this really funny tweet from Vader Research. Shout out to Vader, who's in the chat earlier. For those questioning Hamster Kombat's 100 million users, most of them are probably bots, not real users. But hey, it also doesn't matter because, Notcoin is trading at a 2 billion market cap and is the 54th largest token. So, we haven't seen such exponential growth for a crypto consumer app since the days of Axie and Stepin. Right. So Telegram could be poised to take over Web3 gaming big time. But he did have this clip of this Hamster Kombat farm, basically just people playing the game over and over on their phones here. So a lot of noise going on over there. Where'd my browser go? There we go.
Yeah.
What do you think about this, man?
I think you already covered it all. Like I just like, it's not like my cup of tea, but I also don't hate it. It's hard to like fade something like this because I faded things in the past and hopefully it's just us getting smarter. I see just like, people that come in and look at it. It's like, that's stupid. I'm never going to like do it. It's like, now we at least pause and be like, okay, got it. Not my cup of tea, but let's try to figure out maybe a way to be able to profit off of it or whatever in terms of investing in it, like Not Token. One of the 3 like pillars that we talked about was Blast, which kind of blast gold and everything like that was a huge incentive. You have Base, which is going to be base, summer in terms of bringing in retail. Yep. Then you also have Telegram too, right? Like that was our 3rd pillar that we were kind of looked at. Of like we see the trends kind of going there and not being one of the lead ones. And so I'm excited to see how high Not can go, which means that there's going to be like Telegram derivatives in which that I'm going to try to get into there because there's at least a ceiling there. So excited to see it.
They've got, Base and Telegram have huge user bases, right? And they're very crypto native, very crypto friendly. So and we always talk about mobile going to be the mass adopter for crypto. I think Vader said it so well, like for them to reach kind of critical velocity, kind of like Stepin and Axie did, something could really, really take off there. I haven't used the Ton network yet, so I got to check that out.
We need to do our homework on that for sure and get in it. We got to practice what we preach for sure.
100%. With that, guys, let's take a quick second to thank the sponsors that make Ready Up possible. I'm just gonna move through this real quick again. Shout out to Immutable, signing 32 new games in May alone, one of which Mystery Society, absolute crushing. Cannot wait. I'm so excited for that game. Shout out to everybody in the comments claiming massive gems. AE claiming 1 gem. You got to pump those numbers up. Relay K,
some IMX to get a bonus.
Yeah, Relay K with 2 gems. Got to pump those are rookie numbers. We also got to thank OpenSea, of course, our preferred marketplace. I've already shared. I sold my Incarna on OpenSea. Whenever I sell anything, I go to OpenSea because it's just the marketplace that I know and love, man. Old habits die hard. We also got to thank Honeyland over here. We are going to give away, let me give away another of those raffle tickets. And man, I got to say, man, G-Crod, you've been killing the comments. I appreciate you so much. I'm going to give you one of the raffle tickets to Honeyland. I think they're worth
Gaming Chronicles. That's where he's working right now. And Gaming Chronicles, Raiden, those guys are awesome. And G-Crod is top shelf. I think I haven't watched it yet, G-Crod, but there's like a funny thing of like, you know, is your community manager willing to do this? I need to watch it. But he's also one of the best in the business. He really is.
Absolutely one of the best in the business. If you guys are not following G-Crod, huge mistake. Go follow G-Crod right now. Get good, chat. One of the nicest human beings, just great guy. G-Crod, I love you so much, man. You already know. So congratulations. You're going to get one of these raffle tickets to Honeyland. And hopefully you hit the raffle. Each one comes with 5 chances to win. So hopefully you cook on that one, my guy. We'll send those over right after the show. But if you guys are interested, you can go get your own raffle ticket. They are $55 right now, 0.35 SOL. But really great chances to win something awesome from the Honeyland ecosystem. Shout out to Corey, man. I love Corey so much. Really thank you guys for supporting Ready Up. And big shout out to Carv. Oh my goodness, these guys are cooking. $30 million surpassed in sales. Their node sale is still live right now. You can get in tier 8 for 0.333 ETH before the price increases at tier 9 to 0.37 ETH. So price goes up with every tier that they continue down, but they got a lot of nodes for sale. But of course, they've got that up to 100% buyback guarantee. So, you know, it kind of lowers your risk there. With that said, Peyton, let's get into the biggest news stories of the week. Starting with Threadguy, man. Threadguy interviewing Iggy Azalea, becoming the Joe Rogan of crypto, man. Did you catch any of this?
I did not catch any of it, but I think I love your like analogy of it. It's like Threadguy being like kind of the Joe Rogan of like the NFT token specific space. And I think he's like the best one to do it. If I'm being real too, super personable. Also have like very good connections in terms of influencers. He's a good like leader in terms of that aspect of things. So
he's also working his ass off, man. He's just not stopping, dude. He's not stopping. He's young. He's hungry. He's sharp. Great, I think, person for the space. Yeah, I think Joe Rogan, to me, he's kind of like a D-Gen Kobe, or like, I don't know. I'm happy that he's doing what he's doing. I think seeing the level of the content just like improve across the board. And yeah, shout out to G-Crod in the chat. This was a really good interview. I saw a lot of people like going hard on Iggy for like not knowing the gas fee or how blockchains work. And it's like, bro, she's been in crypto for like 10 days. Like, guys, relax.
Onboarded way more people than you did. So, like,
yeah. Obviously, Mother Token has been going really well. They talk about everything here, man. They talk about, you know, who's running her account, who's tweeting, you know, what's up with Salil or Sahil. And then also like, you know, the Vitalik tweet, because she did troll Vitalik pretty hard. It's a good interview. The celebrities are here.
Like, he was a great interview. He had zero expectation, but then he left like super impressed.
Yeah.
That's like honestly the feeling that you want, right? And then G-Crowd also gives like flowers to Iggy. Iggy understands the game of attention like no other. He's already a better marketer than most of the Web3 projects. No, I can concur. And also, you don't get to that level of success without understanding on kind of the game, right?
Yeah.
The attention game, because she's also a celebrity, so she gets more attention than majority of us.
Respect to her for sitting down with Threadguy, man. Like doing real crypto native stuff, dude. I can't respect that enough, to be honest. To be open to this opportunity, because she says it in the interview. She doesn't do a lot of interviews. And yeah, man. What a time to be alive, dude. What an absolute time to be alive. I love it, man. I love it. But I think this is another sign of like us just getting started. Like typically in previous cycles, you know, you start to see this stuff and it's like, oh, top signal. But like, guys, you can have, I think, like 50 top signals before like, you know, before the top gets here. So this feels like that early kind of adoption. This does not feel like, Elon Musk on SNL talking about Doge moment. Like I think we'll get that moment this cycle, and that will be the top cycle, and we'll be here on Ready Up talking about it.
Yeah,
but until then, man,
hopefully trying to secure a 1-year sponsor at that point.
Yeah. Shout out to Crypto Gorilla in the chat. Much love, brother. Much love. All right, man. Let's keep it moving. This was actually like some really great news. I was really excited about HyperPlay teaming up with MetaMask. MetaMask now shows a game directory, a game discoverability tab in the official, I think, like portfolio.metamask.io page. So they've partnered with HyperPlay. HyperPlay, if you guys don't know, is a game launcher developed by Jacob C.ETH, who was a former developer for MetaMask. So they're very tied right there. Shout out to Kim Euthenia working with the team. I've met them and worked with them before. Absolutely love what they've been cooking up lately. I think they raised $12 million at the top of the year. So I think this is a really cool integration. It's cool to see MetaMask's commitment to gaming continue. However, I will say, like, who uses portfolio.metamask? Like I didn't know that was a thing. So I don't know if this is like gonna drive, I don't think this is gonna move the needle too much.
Yeah, I think I told you about this. Is like I do use portfolio.metamask, I think, to check all my wallets in terms of like what the balance is and stuff like that. But I also did tell you, I don't know if it's actually portfolio.metamask. It might be another app, but I think there is like some native type of thing. And we'll see. MetaMask is by far the most popular aspect of things, and they have a good relationship. So maybe tweeted by MetaMask and get some traction there. So
I still use MetaMask exclusively, although I keep hearing about Rabby Wallet. Rabby Wallet seems to be the play.
I heard Rainbow is the one to go to.
Yeah. So there are other wallets out there that are creeping up. Let's keep it going. We got some Ronin news, a couple of quick hits from Ronin. First of which, they're introducing Ronin Forge. So this is a new era for Ronin builders. You can apply to build your game on Ronin. You can get a $50,000 grant in RON, of course, and you can get access to Sky Mavis resources, infrastructure, and more. So there's a type form here. Really cool to see this. Ronin typically historically has been fewer games, higher quality. They've really focused and worked on a small number to incubate those games really, really well. But of course, over the past 6 to 12 months, we've seen more and more games kind of come over to Ronin, Pixels being one of the biggest ones. Ragnarok most recently. So now game developers can apply to build on Ronin, which is pretty exciting. Any thoughts on this, Peyton?
No, I think this is very much like the Steam route, right? Like it was very curated at the beginning, and then they started opening up slowly through applications, and then after that, like kind of just like, okay, self-publish on that aspect of things. So I think they're doing it the right way, which is like more curation. I'm obviously curation kind of goes against like some of the philosophy of crypto, but I'm definitely more pro it because of the fact that there's scams and also like a lot of people are rugging. And I know the vetting process for Ronin and Kathleen, which is the person that's at the bouncer for Ronin, I think is a really good one. And so I'm excited to see what they cook up and see who launches with them, because they only go for quality.
Absolutely. Speaking of Ronin and quality, man, they launched the Coinbase Learn and Earn campaign. So you can go onto Coinbase, and basically like it takes you through an education little mini course, if you will.
That last cycle too.
Yeah. I've done it. It's a free way to earn crypto, but also get onboarded and educated into the ecosystem. So it's a really, really great little activation. I think I saw Raiden post, I think there's like $55 in Ronin that you can earn. So literally basically free money. And who knows what that could grow to. Ronin tweeted, more than 130,000 participants have completed over 210,000 quests, 86,000 axes have been traded, 70,000 users onboarded to Pixels, and 50,000 new staking participants. This is the power of Ronin. So great to see that. I'd love to see every single game and token kind of have a learn and earn campaign on Coinbase. Coinbase is doing an incredible job to not only educate, but also onboard the masses.
Agreed.
Last quick hit for Ronin. remember the hack that they had? Well,
Yeah.
they just recovered an additional $5.7 million from the stolen funds from that 2022 hack. 15% is going to go to cover the legal costs, and 85% will be brought back to the Ronin network. So you love to see that, man. Absolutely great to see. Listen, the hack was what, over $600 million. So it was really I think the biggest crypto hack ever. Which is
I think there was wormhole that happened pretty close. It was like in succession. It was a terrible time for crypto. Also, Katie Bettner in chat. Let's go. GM Katie Bettner.
Love you, Katie. Shout out to Katie. Appreciate you. We covered the Ragna champion announcement. That was amazing.
We love what Wildcard's doing.
Love the way that you do it.
Yeah, one more time.
Let's freaking go. So digging into this a little bit, Peyton, it was really interesting, actually. So they had to work with the Norwegian National Authority for Investigation and Prosecution of Economic and Environmental Crime. Say that 5 times fast. They successfully froze and returned the stolen assets. So I don't know if someone was trying to like cash out through a Norwegian exchange or bank or what happened there. But it's really great to hear that like they're still working on that and still trying to track that down, and that efforts can be successful,
right? We've seen that too, like even like CoffeeZilla and Zach XBT. A lot of these people actually end up to arrests. It just the process takes a while, and so also guys, like, you know, if you see something going on, don't just jump in full force, because there's probably a lot of investigations going on in the background, and so make sure that you're just making smart choices. Making smart choices in a lot of ways.
Few more quick hits before we get to the game trailers, guys. This is another really cool activation from Base and Coinbase Wallet. You can now text over 100 tokens on Base to anybody, anywhere. Coinbase Wallet kicking off off-chain summer with the video here. Really, this is crazy.
This is so cool. Like, yeah, just taking down like barriers. I think there's a lot of like cool things, man, that's happening. I think like they're kind of just bubbling up. Like if you look at it from like a Base perspective, my bull case of like the biggest like type of thing for Coinbase is like there's Base, but the only thing with Base is that they're not king making, which is good in a lot of respects, because then it's just like dependent on the teams. But I think Base plugging into games, which that they're definitely leaning towards, like Super Champs, as well as one that we covered, Chibi Clash. If they can also connect Coinbase account, and they don't even have to like bridge over or do any of that stuff, and they can just go from Coinbase as the exchange. It's so easy for somebody to make an exchange account, put money in, transfer it into Chibi Clash, or transfer it into Super Champs HQ token, I think Champs, and then be able to purchase a in-game item without leaving the exchange. I think that's the biggest bull case for it, and then just API calls and all that stuff. And that's like, I think the future of this, and Base is by far it's king, right, in terms of that aspect of things. And so
100%, man. We talk about mobile being the huge unlock. What's the big app in China where like everything, you know, micro payments and all that stuff are possible? People are playing games. Is it WeChat? It's not WeChat. Is it WeChat?
I think that sounds like it. Maybe chat can help us out. What's the Chinese like social media platform that like pretty much is all encompassing?
Yeah, and I think that's just the direction that we need to go. And blockchain is like how we get there.
Gcrod's confirming it.
So like, shout out to crypto, shout out to Coinbase, like driving this industry forward, driving these innovations forward, because like so much in the US has been stagnant and not like embracing a lot of this tech. And it's so clear that like this is inevitable and this is where the puck is going. So love that, man.
The money coming in. You know, I think we talked about this offline. It's going to be it's hard to probably expect that like we're going to go down as much as we did last time because of ETFs. So we'll see.
Moving on, Arbitrum DAO, we covered this when it was proposed. It did get approved. So 200 million ARB for their gaming catalyst proposal. Massive milestone that will lead to incredible growth across all Arbitrum games, gaming chains, and infrastructure builders. Arbitrum, man, gaming on ARB is coming. Shout out to Zai Games. They're cooking. A lot of things happening over there. You love to see it.
And that's the thing is like figuring out what the Xi is a base too, right? So Arbitrum is absolutely killing it. The layer 3s, like the nodes and all that stuff. The nodes are just absolutely cooking this cycle.
Shout out to Graslow. He posted a banger meme. He was in the chat earlier. He said that "sell me this pen" meme, and then the guy's like, "It's a node."
We're trying to find it.
I retweeted it at some point, but yeah, it's on Graslow's profile. Katie Drake Bettner saying, how are they going to distribute? Is it DAO votes? Yeah, I think it is going to go to the DAO, and people are going to vote, and you can apply for like grants and things like that. Might have to dig it a little bit deeper into the details, but just love to see that kind of funding come. There's going to be so many opportunities. So good.
Nice. Guys up here in the chat, man.
Oh my god, this went viral, dude. Like,
yeah, absolutely crazy. But yeah, Katie, if I would ask for some grant money to make some third-party stuff for Wildcard or Wildcard community. Honestly, that's what it's for. So absolutely.
Yeah. A lot of things happening over there, including they announced their Vanguard Genesis campaign. Let's see. This is kind of like their questing platform,
Right.
or like season rather. So this is set to run through November. The Genesis campaign will feature a new suite of game releases. I keep hearing Sobi talk about, like, I think 6+ games are coming, launching, a lot of things happening. Crypto Unicorns moved over there, of course. Final Form, the Lost Glitches will launch and reward players for achieving in-game milestones as they compete for the top spot on the leaderboard. This event follows their previous Xi Odyssey campaign, which happened last year, which drew more than 500,000 connected wallets, generating 5 million daily transactions ahead of the rewards distribution to players of $175 million worth of assets. Holy crap.
Yeah.
So last thing here, the launch of Xi Vanguard Genesis marks a significant milestone for the Xi ecosystem, said the pseudonymous Sobi. Shout out to Sobi, core contributor to Xi. By bringing a diverse range of game partners and leveraging our robust infrastructure, we create an unparalleled gaming experience that will drive innovation and engagement in the blockchain gaming space. I just absolutely love, Peyton, seeing these chains be like, yo, guys, we're going to give you a bunch of money to come play our games.
Yeah.
Ronin is doing it. I think Immutable is going to do it. Clearly, Arbitrum is doing it. I'd love to see AVAX do some kind of activation like this. Like, give us money to play games, guys. What better way?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it's like a kind of a modern day type of publishing. I don't know if it's all being done right. I will give you that. Because I think just throwing money at people, especially like it's kind of the same people, it's not really kind of growing the ecosystem as much.
Yeah.
And also G-Crowd giving some alpha in chat as well, saying Arbitrum grant approvals. Don't think they're just the DAO. They seem to have a representative for each sector if possible. I know Fluke Gaming is one, but I also know that's a different types of grant. So I think there's like 3 different types of grants that you can actually get from Arbitrum. Like one of them through the foundation, one of them through Fluke. It's just a lot of like confusing stuff. All I know, Arbitrum's throwing a lot of money out there to be able to grow this ecosystem, and that I thank them. W's in chat.
I mean, listen, man, they announced Xi at the top of the year with their nodes and everything, and we have not stopped talking about them with all of their marketing beats.
Yeah.
Beat after beat after beat. They really have established themselves as a real player in the ecosystem.
Yeah.
So, kudos to them. I do think we are in this like golden era heyday of give tokens to play games. And there's a lot of opportunities.
And talk about giving more tokens. G7 DAO in terms of Eastside, shout out to 44 and Elisa, kind of breaking down like what's going to happen with like Dungeons and Degens, I think is what it's called, right?
Yeah.
In terms of what they're doing. And so disclaimer, so always like to see that in terms of what they're doing. But also very easy, get your avatar, complete quests, very, very similar to a lot of the social questing platforms. So you see Pirate Nation, Mighty Action Heroes, Star Atlas, rank up and win. So 4.5 million DGen tokens, 2 million MNT tokens, and 200K in partnerships with Cajun community. Actually, first time I'm hearing of them. And then climb the leaderboard to get rewards. So Dungeons and Degens phase 2 is something to look at for people to farm, and then also Mantle as well, which Mantle's cooking. So a lot of cool stuff when it comes to that quick hit.
It's been great to see Game 7 really step their game up, pun intended.
Yeah. One of those,
Because like a year ago or so, kind of towards the end of last cycle, or coming out of the bear, they announced like $100 million grant program for ecosystem development, and obviously they were at 3XP. They did a big activation there. They were at GDC, but like haven't seen them do too much up until now. But love to see them cooking with all of this. Whoever like they hired to handle their socials is doing a fantastic job. They're always in the comments. They got a lot going on. Yeah. Obviously, they partner with 4-4, so really great stuff. We got one more quick hit news item before we get into these trailers. Guys, stay tuned for the Illuvium trailer. You're going to want that reaction if you have not seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet, too, so it's my live reaction.
But we got this news, McDonald's launching its own metaverse, and Grimace NFT owners are the VIPs. So McDonald's in Singapore has rolled out this game, My Happy Place, which is, I like the branding. So this is through its official app, built in collaboration with Bandwagon Labs. And the people who minted last year, the official Grimace NFTs, are getting special perks in the digital locale. Yeah, if you play that video, Peyton, really cool. Kind of what you would expect to see out of like maybe an Asian mobile gaming kind of app.
Looks very like Roblox-ish. Probably trying to get that traffic of people,
Very kid friendly, very McDonald's, little world builder and all that stuff. What I love about this, there's a quote from their senior director of marketing. We're excited to launch McDonald's Singapore's first digital experience. Our customers can dress their avatars in McDonald's outfits, design their dream restaurant, and win daily phygital rewards, elevating how they experience McDonald's. So there's two things there, Peyton. She's talking about this is Drina Chi. She's talking about the digital experience. So we've seen that a lot of these brands coming into Web3 kind of experimenting with these digital experiences. Nike, everybody's kind of done it at this point. And then she even mentions phygital rewards. So I don't know if phygital is one of the terms out in Singapore that is like kind of caught on. But yeah, I love to see McDonald's kind of testing the waters and dipping their toe in.
Yeah. And when the bear market comes, now we can just go to a digital McDonald's. So you go, man. Chikrad's favorite comment right there is the emphasis. Yeah, I think they did it. I think the NFT was released like a while ago. In 2023.
I'll say, man, listen, do I think that this is gonna like revolutionize the space? Yes. No, we've seen this over and over and over. These big brands try and launch these digital experiences to kind of like play around with the technology and see if there's anything here. But I think it's like the first innings. I think we're in the MySpace era of a lot of these things. But I think they're important steps in these brands kind of seeing what can be done and developing to get to the Facebook era, to get to the Uber, to get to the Amazon and the Netflix of whatever these digital experiences and, crypto games are going to be. So, like, while I'm not super excited about, the McDonald's, metaverse, I am excited to see them kind of building. And I do think, 5-10 years from now, like we're going to see real use cases out of this.
Yeah, no, I'm excited about it, man. Like, I think, the aspect of like even like Happy Meals, soulbound tokens, and all that stuff to make a better customer. I think there's a lot of cool things that can be done. It's just if they will be done. Is really kind of like my wonder, right? But it is time. Let's go, y'all. It is time. You guys know what to do. It's the reaction for trailers. We need your all help. Like, it's just we can't do it alone. Me and IC are just not good scorers by ourselves. We need a group effort here. You guys know the point system, 1 out of 10. You can give a 0. That's just very harsh. And so 1 out of 10, do the point system. So like 8.2, 8.3. Give us an 8.0 if you think it's a flat one. All right.
One watch. Everybody knows the rules.
Everyone knows the rules. One watch, no pause throughs. That's it. All right. Everyone knows the rules.
This is Peyton's first time watching it too.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Illuvium was always.
Come with me.
Illuvium was always more than a dream.
And you'll be
Willy Wonka song?
It was our calling.
In a world of your imagination.
I'm hooked.
If
You
only
got me.
they knew the truth.
You got me.
Scans indicate a dead planet, but I can feel it. This is alluvium.
Find me, child,
Activate scouting vessel.
and show our people who you truly are.
She won't decide our fate.
Who is that? Journey begins, baby. Put up that shield.
Got to charge again, huh? He only just landed.
Will you retreat to safety, chasing paradise? Or will you follow me and fulfill your purpose?
That's that iconic eye scene.
You'll find her soon.
Like, bro, is this a movie or a game? What are we doing here? I want to watch the movie right now.
All we do is blindly follow orders.
Yeah.
I need to know how this ends.
Revolt. Dude. So sick.
Oh, I like that. Okay,
I love it, man. What a vibe. July 25th, 2024, the official release date of Alluvium.
Ooh.
That's the I think the Fisto is the alluvial there. After a few not so good trailers, Adrian says movie quality trailers 10 out of 10. West 9.9 out of 10. Y'all are throwing some big
in it. West saying 9.99.
I know.
Jeez. AE 10 out of 10.
Croissant 19.5 out of 10.
Wow, you guys
on Alluvium.
gameplay, y'all. Come on.
Trolling me 1 out of 10 on Alluvium because of Icy. Nanka saying 7 out of 10 before we even got there.
Yeah, maybe
G-Crod 7 out of 10. Harsh critic.
I think we have to also start like laying out some rules because we talk about cinematics. We also talk about gameplay. If it's cinematics, like if we're doing that, like if I'm grading it on a scale of cinematics, I think it's like an 8.8. It's like it's real good. I also just like that's one of like my favorite songs that like do like in terms of that Willy Wonka stuff. It's just like nostalgic. So I think it's 7.5. It's a mid, a little above, and so it's a high score for Jaxie, I will say. Lau saying 8 out of 10. Chris saying 7 out of 10 as well. G-Crod saying I need gameplay. So that is something. Maybe we have to.
We've seen gameplay. We know the game though. We played the game. We've seen gameplay, in my opinion.
In that cinematic trailer, though, it seems like the gameplay is going to be shifting for Overworld. I think it's going to be like more like a kind of like Halo type of PvE. Yeah, I'm hoping. If it is, I got like really excited. And that's kind of what I'm baking into my score. If there is a little bit more PvE element and you're like shooting like people and like all that stuff, like I think it'll be really cool.
Well, what I got from that is like maybe there's gonna be a whole storyline. It's gonna the cutscenes. There's gonna be like a whole I don't know, like just questing platform. I don't know. I gave it a 9.1 out of 10, guys, for a cinematic trailer. I think there's cinematic trailers and then there's gameplay trailers. I freaking loved it, guys. Probably not cheap to license that song for the trailer.
Not at all.
First of all, clap it up for them. You know what? Someone recently posted the I think it's like Gears of War or Metal Gear Solid. I forget which trailer it was, but remember the trailer that used what's the song? Well, I just had it in my head and I'm just like blanking on it. The Lonely World like song. All right, I'll try and find it. I'll post it. Classic trailer. Gave me all of the vibes, man. Dude, if that was a movie, was it?
You said 9.1?
9.1.
Nice. How about 8? So
I think that's a 9, man. I think that's a 9 trailer. I appreciate what they put, the work that they put into that.
No, I agree. It's definitely they've always been good. Them and Star Atlas, right? The Battle of Cinematics. Okay, the next thing that we have here, I see is Fuse Wars. One that I haven't also done. Immutable, so shout out to them, and also Epic Games, and Epic Wars, Fuse Wars, Epic Games. All right, let's take a look.
One watch. Everybody knows the rules.
You know what? Cyber Elf.
I think it takes a second to heat up, but I watched it last night and I was like, my goodness.
We have so much of these, though.
Crazy. I'm in. I like it. I like that. I'm easy to please, guys. Dude, if this is how the game looks and plays, my goodness. Look at that movement. This looks sick. I like it. Oh! I feel like Cairo would have a field day with this.
All right, chat. I'm gonna. So this is a 4.8 for me.
4.8? Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, man. You make me feel bad about my score. I was going like 7.9. It's not so much in the 8s for me, but dude, I'm interested, man. I like the music. I like the gameplay. Like, looks sick.
Yeah,
I guess it could have more for sure, but damn, so low. Why
yeah.
so low?
I'm a 4.8. I'm putting our banners up too, just for scores for that, just for people to see what we have. But okay,
Damn.
here we go. We have actual gameplay and great cinematics. So King Snooch saying, oh wait, so where are we at here? So Lau is saying 6.5. King Snooch saying 9.8 because actual gameplay and great cinematics. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Crimson 6 out of 10. Yeah, Lau, that's kind of my only thing is like there's nothing.
I agree.
There's nothing special, and I've also seen that animation of like jump stuff and everything like that.
Yeah.
And so a lot of it's probably like pre-existing animations and stuff, which is I have no quarrels with that, but just nothing that like really stood out. Chris saying 7 out of 10. Taylor saying 8.4. Wes 8 out of 10. Gameplay, but trailer's just okay. Taylor saying opposite of Peyton. And then Justin saying 7 out of 10. Jaxie, my man, 5 out of 10. Man, it's not very good. Quick cuts, and it's definitely mid. And saying 6.8. And Jay saying 0 out of 10. Effing done with shooters.
Damn.
I will kind of have to agree with him. There's a lot of shooters, and there's like it's for me, it's like how do you stand out? You know, in that specific one. And so that's kind of my only thing, and that's why I'm a little bit more negative on that stuff. It's just like, okay, if you're gonna be wow, KE usually a lot more positive, 1 out of 10. And so let's go. All right.
Yeah, no, those are really good points, man. I agree. I don't know how all these shooters are gonna like compete with each other or like differentiate. It's like, give me something new, and that's why I like Shrapnel. Like the lore, the story, the extraction shooter, the world, like all just looks super fresh and exciting. So
yeah, and I also think that off the grid, from what I hear, it's like honestly been like so good comparatively to like the third person stuff. Like I just don't see how like other people, like not other people can win. Because I don't think that, like, I think there's aspects, but I think it's like gonna go to like the 9 heroes, the BloodLoops, the ones that have done like a lot of marketing on that side.
You got to stand out for sure. To your point, I think there was another playtest this weekend, but like I was checking my email, I haven't gotten approved yet, so I'm like, damn, I want to get in there.
Yeah, no, I'll check it out and I will play it as well. But yeah, I haven't got to.
All right, guys, we got 2 more trailers, and then we're getting out of here. Peyton, what's next?
Phantom Galaxies.
Ooh. So this is a trailer for their anime, which is interesting. I didn't know that they were doing anime.
No, everyone's doing anime.
Looks sick.
Time to die.
Interesting. All right, Phantom Galaxies. Ooh, I like that.
One. That episode 2, or was that a trailer?
It's a trailer for episode 2. So I guess episode 1 is out there, which makes me want to go check that out.
Yeah. I'll give it a 6.2.
Yeah, I mean, this is a trailer for an anime. It's not even like really a game, so it's hard to score. I liked it. I thought it was good, so I'm gonna go 7.2. Like, it's a good, I would watch it. It makes me want to watch it, right?
Yeah.
listen, I like the WAGME guys, but to be honest, I like that trailer a little bit
Oh,
more
really?
than I think
My
the
hot take
WAGME
is I
one.
like the WAGME one better. That's just me.
The WAGME one had more story for sure, and like kind of build up, but like the graphics and like I think yeah, the way that it was done, like this looks really good.
All right. So we got some people in chat here. Jaxie leading off with the 6.2. Matt saying 6. G-Crod 4.1.
Yeah,
So,
I love the range. I love the range.
yeah.
7 out of 10. It looks
love
cool,
the
but no
chat, you know what I
voiceover.
mean?
Great point, King Snooch.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. No, yeah, it's a good point. All right. Last but not least, we have RoboKaiden. So if anybody remembers last time, RoboKaiden was the cinematic that I thought was like just brilliant. And shout out to Avalanche. And I think this is the one that who purchased them? Elixir. Thank you. I see. And so yeah, this is the gameplay of it. So you guys saw the cinematic last week, and now this is the gameplay. So everyone knows the rules.
Teleporting troopers to the giant command center.
Looks fun, man. Looks super fun. I like the style.
Final giant. The last giant standing will be the winner.
Do you have these like little companions fighting with you? That's pretty cool.
Giant beam activated.
Your mic's a little low, Peyton. I don't know if it's because you got the audio coming through.
Rival giant's core failure.
Interesting.
Victory.
I like the gameplay mechanics, man. It's like a battle royale shooter, but also like capture the point or something like that. Destroy the base.
I think from a gameplay standpoint, from like what we've seen in the space, I think it's like a 8-8.
Wow, huge score. Oh man, is it in the 7s or the 8s for me? I mean, it looks really good. I'm gonna go 8.1. 8.1. It looks good. Like I want to play this. It looks freaking awesome.
Yeah, I think like from I feel like I affected your score. Maybe you would have said a 7, but like for me, I think it just looks really good, and it's also something that we haven't seen.
Yeah.
And I'm just like really excited for like this level of quality coming into the Web3 space.
Yeah.
So Matt coming in with a 4.5 straight off the top.
Matt doesn't say anything negative about anybody. My goodness.
Yeah, obviously, he does not like something about this. Maybe I got to figure out the pass there, buddy. 6.9, nice score. Taylor, I see what you did there. King Snooch saying 8 out of 10. Jaxie saying 7 out of 10. G-Crod 7.8. G-Crod's the only one following the rules. Taylor is in there. And then NJ says looks cute and not as generic as other games. Would want to at least try, and that is my point. NJ, also shout out for the headphones, I appreciate you. And then Wes saying 8.5. I like co-op games. I think I thought now Matt's backing it up in terms of trailer wise. I don't know. I liked it in terms of gameplay. That's kind of like my thing, Matt. And then Justin saying 9 out of 10.
Wow, big score from Justin out of there.
And Lau's a Fortnite guy, so this is kind of like the closest one, a 7.2.
I like it.
A pretty harsh one. So
I love the range in all of our ratings, guys. Appreciate you guys so much for chiming in with your ratings, because it's a lot of fun to kind of see the diversity and also like compare notes. Also, shout out to Justin the Mind and Good Morning Vietnam, the big conference over in Vietnam. We didn't really cover it on today's show, but I know Saigo and Don Norbury were out there from the Shrapnel team. I know obviously Jiho and Kathleen, and I think Finn even flew out to Vietnam for this. So
yeah.
And it was bringing me back. Some of you guys know I lived in Vietnam for 2 years, Ho Chi Minh City, right where it was hosted. So seeing like the photos and everything kind of brought me back. Like,
cool.
Man, I love that. I love that country and that city, and I'd love to go back. And I like almost was like, oh man, Good Morning Vietnam would be a good reason to go out there.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that about you in Vietnam, man. I would love to go to Vietnam.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Gotta maybe go together. So
It looked like an incredible conference and event, man. They really did it well. And Vietnam and a lot of Southeast Asia is like on the come up for a lot of things. So it's just really freaking awesome to see. And obviously Sky Mavis is out there, and Ancient Eight was cooking out there. Shout out to them.
Funny video. I forgot what somebody from Ancient Eight had like a.
I think it was Vladrax or
yeah.
Vladrax. I'm not sure how to say it. Who's like dancing around.
I will say he's an amazing content creator.
A lot of the Ancient Eight guys are frigging amazing. Excelsior is also out there. And then my guy, why am I going to blank on his name? It's too early in the morning, Peyton. That's why I can't do the show in the morning. I cover him in like all the strap lines. My guy, I'm so sorry. I can't think of your name. That's going to just ruin my day.
Yeah, no, it's all good, man.
But so many of the Ancient Eight guys are incredible.
Zyric.
Thank you, Justin. I knew you would know. Zyric. Dude, Zyric is hilarious shrapnel creator, gamer. Just
I think
dope.
it was the one that I was watching, actually.
Zyric.
But anyways, Icy, that is the show. Unless you have like any type of alpha on that. But like you usually do. But we already went a little bit long, and it was a lot of fun, man. I had a lot of fun with you. Like, again, just repeat. Seriously, so thankful to be hosting the show with you. We're on episode 27, so it has gone like that with you. Like, honestly, it's been a snap of a finger. It's been a lot of fun. Hopefully, a lot of people are just giving us feedback on how we improved and everything. And please, guys, keep on doing it. We love you guys showing up in the comments. Shout out to everybody that shows up weekly. Jaxie, seriously, I appreciate it. I know you felt bad for missing last week, but like, honestly, your presence was missed, dude. But at the same time, we also understand life gets sometimes. But thank you all so much. Chris Adrock, freaking, you guys gotta check out Aldor, everything that they're doing.
The featured game on was it what were you was it game 7? Maybe you were the featured game. I saw that cooking baby.
We should play it if we can.
Peyton, it's always such an honor and pleasure to be able to do this show with you. I appreciate you as well. Love covering. This is how I stay up to date with everything that's happening in Web3 gaming. So hopefully you guys appreciate it as well, getting a lot of value in alpha. Because there's so much happening in the space, and we're all so busy that it is hard to keep up with. But hopefully this fun, entertaining little hour and a half show can help do that. Of course, made possible by our incredible sponsors. You've seen the banner below in full HD quality, thanks to this guy right here. Oh, that guy right there, improving our streams over here. Nice. I like that. I didn't know you could do that. Big shout out to OpenSea, Immutable, Carv, and Honeyland for making this show possible. You guys are absolutely the best. And of course, the chat coming back each and every single week. Really, really appreciate it, guys. Have a great week in Web3 gaming. Play some games, win some money. We'll see you next week.